there are so many variables that have to be taken into account. What's happening in what some refer to as corporate China is indicative of what era we're coming into. Um, the biggest change that's happened in what some call corporate China is the Asiatic Moors over there are now coming into freer access to information, courtesy of the internet. No matter what you do, you cannot shut down entirely the internet. As long as there's electrical power, and as long as there's access to a network anywhere, information can be gotten. So that means that parties can either upload information or receive information. And parties looking to control the flow of information are having a harder and harder time doing so. Hence, they're having a harder and harder time being able to determine or predetermine a narrative or terraform a debate. They cannot simply herd folks like they used to. And you're seeing it happen in the West as well. And that all plays to our advantage, because now the Amexem-Moor-Empire National Collection of Souls, we can reach out to those Asiatic Moors now and reconnect the family fold. Reconnecting that family fold where we're all thinking, acting, and speaking as one most certainly increases a whole lot of our options going forward. When parties can realize the common heritage that we have, when parties can begin to put down old ways of thinking and come into the harmony that they flow from us. And as we're able to do that, it most certainly changes the geopolitical as well as the geoeconomic alignment on the planetary home. And it's on us to be able to seize upon the opportunity to bring us together as National Collection of Souls. And in the era of the internet, again, I have to say, technology allows you to literally shrink the size of this planet. Audio conferencing and video conferencing is a wonderful thing. You can speak directly and ideas can flow. Options can now be made manifest. Improvement of the quality of life can spread rapidly. And those seeking to maintain hegemony are losing that particular ability to do that. And the time will soon come when no matter what superior force arms they think they have, even that will not be able to supplant an idea. Because we all know there is nothing that can stop an idea whose time has come. And the idea of the flow of information expanding is upon us. We're no longer bound by the thought process of the age of Pisces, the age of I believe. Science is replacing belief with knowledge. Knowledge is indicative of the information era. Age of Aquarius is just that, the information era. So as Moors, it's our duty, obligation, and responsibility to keep up with the thought process, which means we have to evolve away from I believe and into I know. So the byproduct of that is what's hurting so many, because they have a hard time letting go. The byproduct simply is what some refer to as organized religion will be leaving because it's outlasted its time of reign. It's kind of like when you look at what's happening when you were leaving the era of Taurus, coming into the era of Aries. Parties had a hard time letting go. This is the story that you read about the building of the golden calf. It's talking about the bull. It's talking about Taurus, as some would say. Well, then you leave from there, you head into the age of Aries. Age of Aquarius, should I say. The age of Aries. And in the age of Aries, they had a hard time letting go then when you went into the age of Pisces. And to this day, the Hebrew Israelites blow the ram's horn on the holy days. Symbol of the age of Aries. Well, the Piscean era is coming to a close and the information age is upon us. It's the same thing. And Moors have to keep up like we always have. So the age of secrets is out. The age of information is in. The age of I believe is out. The age of knowledge and information is in. So now is upon us to let the free flow of information advance, let the free flow of ideas advance, so we can find ways to improve the quality of life of everyone fairly and equitably. And no matter how much superior force arms you have, time will basically bear out that that's not going to be the winning factor. The winning factor is commerce and trade. And conflict is the enemy of commerce and trade. Commerce and trade goes to folks' wallets. So when you begin to show folks a viable option and they can shift the way they think, our ideas are going to permeate where folks are in their mind. And over time, they're going to investigate, they're going to contemplate, and they're going to discern. And what they're going to begin to see is what they're doing is idiotic. Quote-unquote credit, quote-unquote 30-year mortgage, and all that insanity is out of here. All those old ideas are out of here. The ideas, there's nothing wrong with quote-unquote capitalism. It's never the what, it's always the how. There's nothing wrong with socialism. It's never the what, it's always the how. And all of them are basically aspects that you find in monarchical systems. This is why anyone that knows anything about government will tell you monarchy is the only true form of government. All others are an aberration at best. We, on the other hand, within the Amexem-Moor-Empire, as we always say, we take a different tact. Constitutional monarchy, as opposed to absolute monarchy, is the best course of action. It does not make sense to have all power vested in one particular natural person. You might have been able to do that centuries ago, millennia ago. However, in this era of systems and processes, protocols, and procedures, that simply cannot be handled by one natural person. That's going to require a governing legislative branch. Hence, in the Amexem-Moor-Empire, we have the Imperial Council of the 12, and the 12 departments have those 39 sub-departments. And effectively, this is our governing legislative branch. And we make things work for our organic diplomacy and governance. And in the era of information, we're able to demonstrate this so folks can see who we are and how we proceed. And they can see what is practical and what is sensible. And if it resonates within their spirit, then they may very well either find their way into this jurisdictional venue or financially support the work that we do, or engage in commerce and trade with us, or a combination of any of those three. And that's basically where things are going, whether it be with this jurisdictional venue or someone else. But at the end of the day, for the most part, parties are going to look around and see the era of geopolitical and realignment, geoeconomic realignment is upon us. And parties are going to be in a situation where they're going to have to choose. They're not going to have the luxury of a choice of not choosing. They're going to have to engage. They're either going to participate in a new process, or they're going to get swept. And when I say get swept, it's not going to be a good thing. Because that phrase, out with the old, in with the new, you're rapidly seeing it manifest before folks right now. It's going to become more and more physical and less allegorical. So parties need to be ready for the harsh realities and govern themselves accordingly. And I think that that's the best course of action that anyone that's truly thinking forwardly can do.